Welcome to B3 Comics review of Brian Michael Bendis' all-new X-Men number 4. Art is done by Stuart Immonen. The issue opens with Scott Summers coming face-to-face with his younger self. The creative team provides an incredible frame where we see everything that flashes through old Scott's mind in an instant. He plays through every angle and determines that they can't be clones or telepathic images. These are the original X-Men. Scott realizes that someone is determined to show him how far he has strayed from his younger self. Before he can think about this further, he sees the young Jean Grey and is immediately in love with her again. Jean, who has recently discovered her telepathic powers, realizes that she is reading Scott's thoughts and freaks out. She throws everyone into a panic and a fight breaks out. Both Scotts lock eye blasts before Magneto breaks up the fight so Magic can extract the extinction team. When they arrive back at the Weapon X facility, now the Xavier School, everyone immediately freaks out. Scott storms off, Magneto accuses Emma of being behind it all, and Emma seems mostly upset that Jean Grey is back. The two new recruits, Evan and Christopher, are left to wonder what either of them are even doing there. Meanwhile, the young X-Men land in Colorado and try to figure out what to do next. Young Scott gazes out on the side of a mountain while Jean tries to control her newly budding telepathic powers. The young Warren sums up their predicament, saying, "We shouldn't be here." At the same time, old Scott is sitting on the side of a mountain, brooding as well. He doesn't seem to know what he should do either. We, the reader, are left to wonder, can these new X-Men handle the new world?
I think they're gonna have to handle this new world because
They don't have the option of going back?
exactly we don't know how they're gonna get back, when they're gonna get back, and for now they just have to put up with it. Jean's already, been having to put up with so much since she came here. She finally realized she has these powers. Now she's trying to control them, and we have Beast who's trying to deal with himself dying. I mean, that's a whole new thing. Obviously, you got Scott versus new Scott, and that's a whole other dynamic.
And we haven't even thrown in the whole, Angel being
exactly
dead.
So you have to... that's probably going to be a traumatizing experience in itself. And I guess seeing Bobby is just kind of comical.
You always need comic relief.
Yeah.
So I think one of the panels that really stood out to me in this issue was, I think it was the second or third panel, when we just see what's going through Scott's mind when he first sees his younger self.
Yeah, it was just a page of, their faces in this split second, and Scott's thoughts running
across. And he just has so many thoughts, and, he's like, maybe it's Shapeshifter. He's like, no, there's not enough Mystiques, and then...
maybe it's Emma Frost.
Yeah.
And
he comes to the conclusion that they must be real, and he's like, man, fuck whoever did this to me.
I like it because it's basically the writers saying, we thought of all these different ways to try to get these new X-Men back, but we thought, why not just get them back from time in itself, Yeah. Instead of having clones or having some other, just someone else pretending to be them, so why not just bring them back themselves? And it definitely brings up some really funny dynamics because they get to react to this new world.
Yeah.
And you see the amazing scene between the two Scotts actually fighting.
Right. And kind of in the last issue, we saw their evolving powers. And I kind of speculated saying maybe they wanted Scott's powers, Eye Blast, to be different so that way he's distinct from young
you
Scott.
Definitely saw it in the panel.
I just think in general, Stuart Immonen's art is it's so cool. I like how he has almost a different art style for the original 5 X-Men than he does their counterparts.
Makes them really stick out.
Yeah. So it's not just their features that look different, but the entire style itself is different.
It really emphasizes that they're lost in time.
Right.
But you still see some similarities between the two because you saw there's a panel, or you flip between two pages and you see young Scott and new Scott in the exact same pose.
Yeah, showing that they're still the same person. They're just different ages. There's some things you can't change about yourself.
Speaking of something,
they're both brooding.
Yeah. Guess he's just emo.
Yeah.
Always has been. And I think it's very interesting to see some of the things that don't change, which is everyone's reaction to Jean. Jean comes back and everyone has the same reactions.
Everyone's like,
oh my god, she's back. Emma Frost is jealous. Right away.
I actually really liked Magneto's response, not just to Jean, but to everybody as a whole. I was like, who the fuck did this? Because he was the most pissed.
I like how everyone just is, their response is, what, Magneto's running away?
Yeah.
This is wild new world. Magneto runs away.
And Scott's with them. That was pretty... but jumping back to Jean, yeah. So everybody obviously has their things. Scott was just thinking in his head like, wow, she's still there, and she's so pretty, and then she's like,
Dude,
whoa.
Bobby had the exact same thing where she's beautiful, and then like Kitty gives him this look.
Yeah.
And it is actually very creepy if you consider that this is I don't know how old she is. This is completely jailbait at this point. Because there's going to be, like, Scott's probably going to have some awkward conversation with her at some point. Bobby obviously has already said something awkward. And
Wolverine's going to make a play at it because...
yeah, when it comes to moral fiber regarding Jean, I guess Wolverine would be the one to jump all over more than anyone.
It's like, hey, I named a school after you.
Yeah.
What I think would be another interesting dynamic is now that Jean, reading Old Scott's mind, has found out that they were a couple, or a serious couple, and that it didn't end well, is this going to screw it up for her and the younger Scott? Like, is young Scott going to miss out on that experience because old Scott screwed it up for him?
I don't know about that, but I do know, I think it's interesting that she can read his mind. Maybe she'll get a better understanding of the reasons why he did everything.
And be able to communicate that to the others.
Yeah, maybe she'll act as a bridge in that sense. Unless, or I guess her hatred towards him is too much, and then the entire relationship is ruined for young and old Scott.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring up, we talked about this briefly before, where we see this all new Xavier School that Scott seems to be setting up, and the mutants that we talked about in the first issue that he's saving, where it's just like, where are they going to go? They're going to go to Wolverine School. Apparently, he's just setting up his own little group here.
Well, they have pretty useful powers. Like, I think the guy's name was Christopher can heal, which is, that's obviously a good thing to have. And then Eva can stop time, which is like almost Omega level.
Yeah, I guess these people they're resupplying the extinction team with amazing new people again.
Yeah, because like since AVX, the new people Wolverine School's gotten has been the guy with a lot of eyes on his face and Shark Girl. So
hey, maybe they got some hidden potential we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's interesting that they are just going to be a part of this new team. And
I liked how they seemed so nice, too. And they were just like, what are we doing here? Like, and then all of a sudden, like, these super, A-list X-Men teleport back in. And they're all freaking out, being like, man, we just saw our younger selves. And it's like...
no one even gives them the time of day. These two kids are just sitting there, like, completely, like, where are we? What's going on? And the X-Men show up, and they just go about their own business, completely ignoring them.
It's like being thrown in the deep end of the pool. It's not even the deep end of the pool. It's like dropped in the middle of the ocean. So as a grade, what would you give this issue?
The run keeps being extremely solid. Very good. 4.5.
I would give it a 4.5 as well. I say this every issue, but I just love Stuart Immonen's art.
So, thanks for watching this issue of Between the Bags and Boards.
But before we go, we have a question for you. We talked about it a little bit in our discussion, but who do you think will be the first person to make an inappropriate advance on Jean Grey?
You can leave an answer to that in the comments below, and thanks for watching.